Say camera, camcorder,
Good morning.
wait.
Hi Mum.
Hey Ma.
What's going on? What's up? Breakfast time.
Morning.
Hey.
I knew you were going to say that.
Whoa, it's so sunny here. This is not my
I
best
can't
light
see.
at all.
Ooh.
Okay. let me
Ciao. And look, there's a giant Pete Scott here.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Pete Scott here. Today we're running our event, so we're going to be filling up this room throughout the morning. So we're going to be sharing this day with you. Check it out. How many of you have looked at business and you've got big goals, but where you're at now, you're like, you know what, I'd love to get there, but oh shit, that seems like a long way. We've all been there. I'm not saying this to be, cheesy, like, yeah, you can do it, just high five someone. You have to have strategy, and you have to have, something that is a roadmap for you. Most people, when they think of strategy, they still think tactically. If you're a football manager, then the tactics are what happen in the game. It's at England, for example, if you're changing stuff up in the game, okay, sure, but you don't want to change your overall strategy. Make sense? So it's being able to think long term versus short term and understanding all those things as well. So that's what I've done over the last 5 years. And like I say, in doing that, I've helped a lot of companies and a lot of individuals. You're like, come on, you pay for the result. And whatever business you're in, I want to find this out from you today. Whatever business you're in, you need to remember this. Your customers are paying for a result. And the more you can sell the outcome, the more successful you can be overall. What you want to do is create a predictable, scalable, long-term business, and every business you build it to sell in 3 to 5 years. You may not wish to sell it because you're enjoying it and you want to be a part of it, but wouldn't it be great if you could sit down with your accountant and your accountant says, hey look, at the moment, looking at your assets in the business and understanding where you were 6 months ago to where you are now, this can sell at 2 million. Would that be a good feeling? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even if you are a holistic therapist, you're just, you're doing Reiki. I don't know what Reiki is. Yeah. My point is that most people, they just want to do the thing that they love, and then they end up in a job, but that job is themselves. You shouldn't be a slave to your business. Your business, why do you create a business? To create more freedom, true or false?
Very true.
Yeah, you should have that freedom. You should be able to step away from your business, and your business runs exactly the same as when you were in it. The lower you are paid in life, the more you'll be paid for your hands. Make sense? The physical work that you do. The higher you are paid in life, the more you're paid for what?
Your mind.
That's what we should all be aspiring for, because in 2018, it's an insult when we've got everything, all the resources around us, not to have a great life. And when I say it's an insult, what I mean by that is that if you imagine going back to your grandparents, your grandfather, when he was fighting in the trenches for freedom, what were we fighting for? In 1940 or whatever, or 1920, what was our previous generations, what have we been fighting for hundreds of years, thousands of years? Freedom. And you know what's funny? We've got it, and the first thing that we've done, as a species, not in the room, I'm just talking as a species, the first thing we've fucking done is gone and created our own prison. And that prison is called debt, that prison is called jobs, just over broke. That prison even becomes our own business. I want you to think about this for a moment. Some of us, maybe in the room, maybe not in the room, some of us have our own business, but we've still taken our employment psychology into our business. And what that means is that we believe by working harder, we'll get better results. What that means is that instead of outsourcing or using what you're going to hear a lot about this morning, leverage, we become the leverage. And every time something goes wrong, guess who's there to fix it? Every time it's a new marketing idea, guess who's there to make it happen? Now, this is not something where you just say, oh yeah, I'm going to totally automate my life and travel around the world. It's hard work and it takes time. But there are ways you can simplify it, and there are ways that you can do this in your business overall. So that's me. A little bit about me. What I want to do is find out about you, because this session is, you're actually not here for me. You're not here for me. I know that, yeah? I'm the guy in the picture there. That's my twin. But it's not about me today. This is purely about you, and I want to make it completely about you as well. Over the next few hours, by the time you leave, I want you to at least leave with the mentality that you don't need to be the leverage anymore. Yeah? And also that it is, that sounds cheesy, it is fucking possible. If I can go from homeless 6 years ago, not homeless but one step away from it, where I stayed in an abandoned council flat for 9 months and stayed in Heathrow Airport because they didn't ask why I had a suitcase, if I can do that and walk into company after company, and not kidding, for 2 years I walked into well over 1,000 companies in London. So many times in fact that one company, they kicked me out when I walked in and I forgot that I'd been in there the week before or 2 weeks before, and I went back in and I tried to do the same pitch and they were like, we kicked you out last week. If I can do it, that means that you can do it too, yeah, in whatever business it is that you've got. So here's the conflict that we already have. It is that we want to be successful in our business and we want to make more sales, but we don't want to become that person. So we end up jeopardizing or self-sabotaging our success. Anyone felt like that before? Because if I said to you now, the fastest way to go and make sales is to pick up the fucking phone. Go out there and make 1,000 calls. You'll know a lot more about your business straight away because you're going to learn from every single call and you're going to get lots of rejections and you're going to understand who your market is better. But most people aren't willing to do that because they don't want to come across as salesy. But I want you to break through those barriers, and how my business has operated for the last 5 years. So I don't do social media, yeah? We generated £12,800 in less than 20 minutes when we launched my online business. You will not see me going out there saying, hey guys, I'm going to teach you how to launch a business online, because I don't believe that just because I made it work in my business that I'm suddenly an expert. Make sense? And there's a lot of that out there.
There is.
I will stay with sales for at least the next 5-10 years. And I think one of the reasons why I have trust in my audience and my clientele is because they know that they followed me for the last 5 years, I've been about sales. And I've taken that one skill and wanted to understand it to such a deep level. And whatever you do, whatever you decide to do in life, make sure that you are the fucking best at it. Be an inch wide and mile deep in that one thing. There's so many people chasing the trends, and yeah, you might get some short-term success, but I promise you, if you're not trying to do something that's completely wacky, like release your internal butterfly, yeah, which I have heard someone say before. Hopefully no one in the room is, internal butterfly expert. You see where I'm going with this, right? Just run a real business that gets real results, and you'll be paid for it. But I'm oversimplifying at that point. However, selling, and you're all here for sales, true or false?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, okay, good, because if you're not, you're in the wrong room. Yeah, because that's what I'm going to talk to you about is sales. I'm going to talk to you about creating leverage, understanding business strategy as well, because sales is directly linked to strategy. But sales is not a transactional skill. What do you think I mean by that? It's not a transactional skill. What would I mean by transaction? Getting fit, is it transactional? You go to the gym, do the treadmill, okay, I've done the treadmill, now I'm fit. No. But most people handle sales and a lot of areas of their business as a transactional thing. So they say, oh, you know what, Pete, you run a course, so I'm going to come to a 2-day program. And they come to a 2-day program and then they go, you know what, yeah, I've got some results. But actually, sales is like a muscle. Yeah, it's like emotional intelligence. You cannot go on an emotional intelligence course and simply learn emotional intelligence. You've got to keep working on that. It's not like, look, I've got fucking loads of empathy. I went on a course. Yeah, it's not about that. Sales is the same. You've got to be able to prioritize it and say, right, okay, what is the lifeblood of our business? It's sales. Because if you've got enough leads, if you know how to convert those leads, and that's the thing, I don't consider myself a lead expert. I'm also about how you take the leads you've got, have a great conversation with them, how you're able to influence them, how you're able to move them from a maybe to a yes. Think about it this way. If you could move 5 more people a month, just 5, from I need to think about it to yes, how would that change your business? How would that change 5 people? Next month, let's say July, 5 more people, you are able to identify that they're at think about it stage, and you're able to take them to yes. What will change? Massively.
Because your confidence, the momentum,
Yeah.
and what you're doing obviously works, so
Yeah.
you'll continue doing it.
Yeah. What does leverage mean?
Maximum results with minimum effort.
Yeah, it helps you to get from A to B much more easily. Yeah. Who drove here today? Yeah, your car was your leverage. Who got the train? Well, that was leverage. If you walked here, then you've not really got much leverage as far as transportation. Yeah. But as human beings, we are the one species on the planet that our special gift is leverage. We build buildings. This is leverage. Having a training room is leverage. You've got the idea. Yeah. But the traditional system teaches us this way. So this is a leverage model. This is a leverage model. What are we taught in school? You have to work really, really hard, because if you work hard, you'll get a good job. Who's tried that system out? Is it working?
No.
Okay, that's why you're here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the situation, is that when we're kids, When we're kids, we're happy. And we're told in order to get that 20k a year, or get that 50, or that 100k, you get the idea. You need to put in what? You need to put in effort. So I teach this to big companies, by the way, even senior managers. I did this exact same diagram 2 days ago. This is what happens. This traditional system we're taught is, so you work hard, you get 20 grand, and then when you hit 20 grand, what are you told? Impress your manager.
Try and get a promotion.
Get a promotion.
Get a bit more money.
Yeah, get a bit more money. We're paying another 4 grand a year. What the fuck is 4 grand? In the grand scheme of things. Yeah? Because once you pay taxes, once you rent a flat for 800 a month instead of 700 a month, all of a sudden, you know, this is London, so we're paying that way more than that. So we're working harder and harder, and we might hit the holy grail, the 6-figure mark. And for some reason, a lot of people, they think once they hit 100k, their life is going to change. So what happens when you get to this point? Does it just keep going up? Because if people were perfect, if people were robots, you could keep pushing more out of them, right? But what actually happens? It's called the law of diminishing returns. So Sam, if I asked you to run as fast as you can, for the first 5 seconds, you probably won't even feel the effort. You're just running, right? You're like, it feels good. It actually feels good to run as fast as you can. But the next 5 seconds, it starts to kick in a little bit. So now you're putting in more effort for the same result. Are you all with me on this? Mm-hmm. The law of diminishing returns states that you try and run as fast as you can for 20 seconds, now you're going to start slowing down. So you're putting in more effort and getting less result, to a point where you're crawling and you physically can't walk. And I'm shouting, going, run faster, run faster. That's the system we've been taught. And you know what? For thousands of years, that system worked really well for us. Why? Why did that system work really well for thousands of years, especially the last few hundred years? Control. It's a great control mechanism. Yeah. Has your iPhone changed in the last, or your phones, you've upgraded in the last year? Yeah. Would you keep your phone the next 10 years because it's a good phone? No, you're going to change it, right? Yeah. Would you keep your car for the next 10 years? Probably not even. Always upgrading. That's what human beings do. And that's what we're good at. But the funny thing is that in school we still learn in the same way. And the reason why that worked very well was to sit people in rows, not like we have here yet, but sit people in rows and then have the bell. You know, the bell goes, because what's that? Conditioning for the factories. We're done for today.
High five, well done.
Well done. Everyone was great, really successful event, pretty shattered but fulfilled, and that's always the question. Do you want to have energy but feel uninspired, or do you want to be knackered but at least know you've put some value out there? So we always work hard with these events. We always get a good turnout in the end, even though it's a panic a few minutes before that everyone would show up. And they did, they loved it. We got some value out there, and hopefully made a difference to some people's businesses along the way.
Good boy. Okay, bye.
See you later.